Hey, how we going? We're just going to do a little bit of die grinding now, just clean up the corners, get things ready to put the second sheet of flooring in. Yeah, okay, we'll just get at it.
Okay, after realising I nearly made a complete cock up of that, I realised I was cutting them the wrong way. So yeah, luckily I picked up on that pretty quick. So yeah, now it's just a matter of cutting the other side and dropping it down in, and we should be all golden. We'll try not to make that same mistake again. Okay, well that's the cover sheet in. Unfortunately we're using 1mm aluminium. That's all I could get second hand. So we're putting two layers in. We'll laminate them together, then pop rivet it all down to the bracing underneath. But it's coming along all right. It's basically check around all of these little bows, cut one side in, then measure up as best we can for the other. Yeah. Now all we need to do is cut the second top sheet. They've both got an overlap. The first sheet ends up 1.2 wide. Then we do an 800 cut. Gives us a nice overlap for when we laminate them together. Okay, onwards and upwards, and then we'll do, once we get that second top sheet in, we'll cut this one off to length, and we'll put the end sheet in here, then trim this end off. We've got something like 10mm here to take off to give us a nice square edge along there, and then we'll put the battery box in. Batteries will run centre of the boat. Try and keep the weight as central as possible, and keep the nose down in a little bit choppier water. Then the seat mount will be this aluminium box I've got here. At the moment it's just, I'm using it as a run tank, just while we sorted out some of the gremlins in the engine. So we'll have a seat where that one's sitting. We'll have a seat somewhere central just behind where that water snake leans back, and then we'll have a sounder somewhere over near where that grinder is, so it can be accessed from both while I'm driving it and while I'm actually fishing and running the water snake. Okay, onwards and upwards. Well, that's that done. We've got to put a swivel underneath the seat, and we'll work out how to mount that thing down. But it's getting there slowly. So we've got both sheets in now, so the whole floor's basically assembled apart from a bit of trimming and so on and so forth. So she's starting to look like how I want it now. Slowly getting there. All good. Well, it's another glorious day here in Albury. It's basically raining again and gloomy. Yeah, it's what we really need, more bloody water. We're copping floods sort of around here. Not real bad here, we're just getting some minor flooding, but further down around Shepparton, Echuca, they're basically copping a 1 in 100 year flood, which is not all that great, but I mean, everybody's pulling together, and we'll get through it. Anyway, back to the boat. We've removed the floor now that we've got all the sheets and that cut. I've just got some more bracing to put in where the rivet lines are going to be and where the seat will be. So we'll get at that, and then we'll throw the battery box in. Then blow all the dust and crap out of the boat. Glue the floor down. Glue and pop rivet. We're going to laminate the floor or the two sheets together, and then we'll pop rivet it all down. Okay, I'll throw this on time lapse because it's going to be pretty boring just watching me measure, mark and cut all these bracings and welding them together. And then when we get to something more interesting, I'll actually tell you about it. Okay, let's blow the dust out of it. This should be fun. Yeah, well, she's basically a tall cow pissing on a flat rock. That's really what we don't need, is more of this. Here we go, guys. We're just putting the carpet in now. Just got to check around all of the bows and supports and so on and so forth. We'll get that side, we'll get a strip glued in there, and then we'll let that dry, and that allows it to hold it all in place, and then we can do the rest of it. Cut the checks in on this side here, which at the moment is just a little bit over length, and all will be good. Okay, so that's basically it. Where are we? There we are. So it basically goes right around the bow. Yeah. So now we just let that dry off, and then I'll cut the other side, and then we'll glue the remainder of it down. Okay, well that's it, guys. We've got all the seats and bits and pieces back into it now. All the carpet's glued down. Both seats are on swivels, obviously. Yeah, so the last thing to do to it now is throw the sounder in it, and then when the weather finally clears itself, we'll get out there and go fishing. Okay, thanks for watching.